Okay, so I don't know, March 12th or something. It's a nice day. It's been very dusty. We've had a couple dirty drives. I'm going to take a look at the air filter and see what kind of shape it's in. I've got a K&N high performance filter that can be cleaned and needs to be oiled afterwards. So I picked up a kit here the other day, or earlier today to do that. So let's have a look at what the conditions are. So those that don't know, I'm driving an FJ. This is a 2015. One thing that's unique about maybe on this is I have a snorkel, which brings the air intake up here. So it's been my experience so far that the dust and the dirt doesn't get into the carbon so bad. So I'm amazed at the way vehicles stay clean and look pretty much new. I mean, this got a little bit of dust on it, but for a 3.5-year-old vehicle, this thing is still pretty clean. So the snorkel comes down and modified into the box instead of taking the air from here. So it's just a matter of undoing a few clips. There's one more down there, and it's harder to do with one hand, so I'm going to set this down for a second. It's a matter of popping that out. It feels heavy. So normally it's a nice red color, and the color of the oil. So this is a clean side, and there's the dirty side. So it's got a fair bit of dirt. I don't know if it's 100% necessary to have it cleaned at the moment. Let's put it in the sunlight here and see if it can. Oh yeah, so that's gotten pretty dirty, but there's not as much dust as I would have thought. And it's not like there's any dust or sand falling out of it. So there's a kit to clean that and then re-oil it. And I'm just curious if there's any sand in my box. And you can see here's the inlet from the snorkel, and there's no sand. I mean, there might be a little bit of dust, but there's no sand. I've heard reports of people getting handfuls of sand. So anyway, I'm going to close that up, shut this down, take it inside, and start the cleaning process. I'll catch you in a minute. I guess that's okay. So I'm in one of the labs here in the college. Got a little sink set up here. I think pretty good place to clean. K&N does a pretty good job with their marketing. I mean, on the side of the box, down here in the bottom, is a bar scan code. That's interesting. There it goes. Now it's read it. And it's going to take me directly to the procedure to clean this. When to clean your filter and how to clean it. Anyway, so I'm going to follow these instructions. Anyway, I mean, I could have found this myself, but it's kind of cool the way they have it. Anyway, so I'm going to do a quick read and then... So the cleaning instructions are telling me to liberally coat the filter on both sides and let it soak for 10 minutes. So liberally is liberal. Okay, so I believe I've got that pretty well soaked. We'll give it 10 minutes and we'll give it a rinse. Okay, 10 minutes has passed. Doesn't look a whole lot different yet. It said to rinse it off, so let's try. Whoa, see the dirt? You can see it now. There's certainly dirt falling off. Okay, so the cleaning process is done. That's the clean side of it. But there's what was the dirty side. If you look at that right now, it's looking marvelous. I'll take a little closer look maybe in the sunlight. So the next issue is to get this dry and then apply the oil coating to it. So we'll see how that goes. Probably take a couple hours for it to dry, I imagine. Okay, so I've had this out in the sun for the last hour and a half or so. It's a beautiful day here in Doha. It's high 20s, really low relative humidity, down around 20 or 25%. So this thing is dried quite nicely. It's this gunmetal gray color that they tell you that should be in the instructions. This is a clean side. This comes the dirty side. So I need to put oil on this. So the kit comes with a supply of oil. This one's liquid. Now you got to squeeze it on, and some of it is aerosol spray. So I've got to basically put a bead of oil on each one of these ribs and let it soak in. It should turn kind of an apple or cherry red-ish color, and it's the oil that helps the thing work. So I'm going to try doing that right now. So I've done this once before, but it doesn't mean I'm any good at it. So let's see if I can. Uh-oh, maybe they can see it. Okay, well, it turns out there was a piece of cardboard in there that was blocking it. So hopefully we're good to go now. Okay, here we go. So this should put out a little stream of oil. Here we go. So I'm told not to overdo it, because if I do, then the oil is apt to get pulled into the engine control system, which some people talk about an O2 sensor that you could foul up, but same would be if it was too much moisture. So the idea is just to put a bead of oil down each one of these, I guess, and then let it soak for 15 or 20 minutes. How am I doing? Okay, so I'll be the first one to tell you that that was a pretty good test of my patience. I'm thinking the aerosol spray would be a much better option, but putting a bead of oil down each one of these is a little bit more than my patience will allow me, but here it is done. So now it's got this nice red color, and eventually it's going to soak through to the other side. And we'll check it later and see what it looks like. So I said leave it for 20 minutes or so and touch up any spots that might need touching up, but it looks pretty good to me right at the moment. So how much did I use? Maybe a third of it. So I'm good for maybe 3 of these, but we'll check back later. Okay, so about an hour has passed. That looks like it's nice and red, just the way the instructions asked it to be. And even the backside's turned red, and it's soaked through some more, so I think we're good to go. The next thing will be to put this in the car, and hopefully everything is good. Okay, towards the end of the day, we're back. We've got our clean, refreshed inlet air filter to put in. And have one other quick look. So this becomes the dirty side, and this is a clean side, and it's spotlessly clean, so the filter is doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing. I'm very impressed that there's no sand in this box. So, in with a new air filter, or refurbished air filter, right side down, slides in, lock it up. And that should be it. Hopefully everything works well. Double check 1, 2, 3, 4. All good. It started. That's a good sign. Anyway, we'll give it a little test run. Hopefully it's all good. It's kind of fun. That should do it for a couple months anyway.